Sasha Washington gets the opening tip for Vanderbilt, a team that's dropped 2 in a row in desperate need of a win here today back at home. It's in and out, no good. Miara O'Neal with the rebound for the Gators, and she'll bring it up the floor. And quickly, just like that, Florida's got its first bucket from Katarina Piatti. They have a couple of freshmen that play key roles, young players on this Gator crew.
It's a young core. Their big three are our young players as well. And Kelly Ray Finley talking to us pregame just about how important it is for them to go through some of these things. There's no substitute for experience. Her team, and you're right, it was about as well as South Carolina has played all season long. And Shea Ralph talked about it, shook us a little bit. They came after us right away. And this is now the 4th game in a row that has been a slow start.
Duty was whistled for her first foul. Inside to Sasha Washington, swatted away by O'Neal. Justine Passat steps back into the long 2, and there are Vanderbilt's first points of this game at the 7:13 mark.
And that's what Passat can give you because of her length and because of her ability to shoot over defenders.
Galvan crashing the glass.
You just got to trust in that and allow it to work.
Blinks with a steal. The kick back to Justine Passat in transition.
And it helps when you have somebody like Justine Passat who's grown into that role where she feels comfortable and confident being a go-to scorer.
Florida swinging it around. Piatti cutting to the basket, made it look easy. That's a freshman out of Italy.
Hey, we're talking about a player in Piatti who averages just 5 points a ball game. Aggressive to the rim right away. I love that, the way that she can handle the basketball.
Jada Brown gets shut down by Liv McGill. Layla Reynolds in the short corner.
On the offensive end, but when they were able to get themselves going, it was out in transition. It started on the defensive end. They were able to play with some pace. They were able to knock down shots. Shea Ralph did this in the second half against Ole Miss. You go to the 2-3 zone, you try to contain the ball, give them a different look, and it allows them now to get out in transition.
And that's Michaela Blake's first points of this ball game.
At the rim, and that's what it's going to take. It's going to take a different activity level on that defensive end of the floor. Be able to push some pace, see the ball go through the net.
Here's Reynolds with an early touch and goes straight to the hoop. They played LSU on Monday and then Texas Thursday, and now at Vanderbilt. And there's the 3 connecting for Miara O'Neal. And Vanderbilt starting out 3 for 14 from the field. Blake's over to Passat. Got it! She talked about coming out with toughness on defense specifically. And look at Miara O'Neal. She brought her 3-ball to Nashville. McGill, transition 3. Kick over into the corner. Menduti out. Reynolds off of 1 foot.
Trying to get some looks.
They're putting the pressure on Liv McGill right now. Menduti feeding Miara O'Neal inside. Baccarat takeaway. Blinks will push it right past Piatti. Up ahead to Mitchell. And there is the first bucket since the 2:32 mark in the first quarter for Vanderbilt.
Well, and Shea Ralph going to her bench, trying to get somebody to give this team a boost of energy. And I think that's what Vanderbilt has to do. You got to try to get in transition, get some easy buckets.
Into the passing lane goes Ava Black. Defense turning into offense.
Makes a few substitutions, get a defensive stop. Blake is able to run the floor in transition and find Mitchell for an easy.
Reynolds here, back to McGill. Short on the 3.
Oh, great hustle.
Wow. Kept it in bounds. But Vandy's got it, and here they go. Blake's bucket. And then was just under the basket alone.
Yeah, a scramble right there. Lack of communication and getting matched up. for Vanderbilt, but who else? Liv McGill making the play. There's not a lot of great screening going on right now as Makara knocks down that three. They're going to be at the top of every scouting report, but it's got to take quality depth. It's got to be production. It's not always points, but it's impact.
Blakes to Mitchell, bucket. Makara. Got to hustle. Blakes to the rim, high off the window.
Starts with the ball, she gets it back. Great job of driving that line. The rotation is late, and you can see her eyes looking at the...
Got her own rebound. Over to Sasha Washington.
That her presence has created for this team.
Blake's got the steal. Can she get the damage? No. Picked by McGill. One-handed off the glass. McGill pull up. Shot clock violation. It didn't touch the rim.
I think there are times when it's a low clock situation.
5 seconds. McGill gets it inside to DeZecco, over to the corner to Godfrey. Bottom. Piatti's got to go. 3 seconds. Sasha Washington got a piece of that one.
2 seconds left on the shot clock. Looking to get a quick one right here for Florida. But you mentioned that defense, and Vanderbilt has been resilient. They have come out inside the second half of these games where they've gotten behind and found ways to get stops.
Quick touch. Sasha Washington around O'Neal.
I think Sasha Washington's got to get going as well.
Let me tell you,
she's really good.
Impressive.
It's pretty good.
The balance beam scares me to death. It's 4 inches wide.
The uneven bars scare me to death.
Yeah. Layla Reynolds, no fear going to the basket there. Caleb Blake's just 6 points in the first half. They'll feed Sasha Washington inside. You think there's an effort to get her the basketball
Absolutely.
right now?
And there should be. And I think that once Sasha Washington gets a couple of looks on the interior, continues to work it, then it's going to loosen up things for Michaela Blakes.
Justine Passat with the steal. She was the only early offense for Vanderbilt in this game. Okay, Blakes!
Get the strong finish. And Shea Ralph talked about Michaela Blakes just continue.
Inside to Sasha Washington. The kick out to Galvan.
Nice pass.
And one.
Gonna play Blakes, and this is a great cut, repost, and delivery. Strong finish by Sasha Washington.
Rebound by Washington. Aubrey Galvan, coast to coast.
Gotta stop the ball in transition if you're the Gators. Great job by Galvan of recognizing and attacking.
She's got speed. Swing to the corner to Liv McGill.
This is a Florida Gator team that shoots the ball 27.5% from the three-point line on the season.
Not today.
Not today.
How about 35? They've hit 5 threes, which is their average per game. Blake's looking to answer. Got it. Vanderbilt on top for the first time.
Good pass.
Miara O'Neal is just kind of hiding down there.
And now Blakes has a matchup that she likes.
Galvan's just not going to quit.
No. You know,
Sasha Washington got there on the help. Galvan with the takeaway up ahead to Blakes. And the finish.
I love it when she gets the ball in the middle of the floor and she can choose which side to go to. Leaking out in transition.
Vanderbilt has hit its last 5 shots. Vanderbilt has hit its last 6 shots.
She's so good.
Galvan, the heave. Oh! Aubrey Galvan!
With the heave just across half court. Everybody loving it headed into the break.
Liv McGill just missed. Galvan feeding Washington in transition.
All alone in transition. It's been about the pace. And basketball's a game of runs. Well, I think Florida's got to find a way to, number one, take care of the basketball. You know, they've struggled against this pressure. They get in some indecisive moments. That's a big shot right there by Benduti. But Kelly Ray Finley talked about it's not, when we're using our instincts, we're really good. When we get in the in-between and start overthinking, that's when we have some challenges, and Vanderbilt has really put them back on their heels.
Blake's triple. Just got to quickly, though, find an answer. Benduti misses. Miara O'Neal, tough rebound and put back over Washington.
That's that length on the interior by O'Neal. She does a good job of getting good position and then able to just use those arms to go right over Washington.
Yeah, she's got 16 to lead the Gators. Galvan the drive, the kick to a waiting Michaela Blakes.
And to just play the game, I think it allows her to just play freely and play with that joy we were talking about.
Makara calls 3.
And we also talked about how important the bench was. The bench 0 for against Ole Miss. 0 points for the Vanderbilt bench. They've come in, and not just have they been scoring at times, but the energy and the impact to be able to give this team a lift in the second half has been huge.
12 points off the bench for Vanderbilt. Commodores have hit 4 of their last 5.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Blake's only had 6 points in the first.
But this is still, again, you know, I know that it sounds redundant, but it's still a young team in terms of
Justine Passat drains it.
She draws 2 defenders. The third defender covering the corner. Passat steps up.
Florida gets it into Layla Reynolds. Godfrey got it back. Liv McGill. Passat got open. Danger, danger. By 15 points in the first half. Vanderbilt didn't lead until the second half. Makara's been huge.
Be ready when your number's called. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. The bench has been a big impact. Makara knocking down 3 threes. Ava Black came in, made some big defensive plays. Miara O'Neal answers with a 3 of her own. And it's toughness, and it's energy, and it's all of those things, and you have to learn that.
Put back by O'Neal. And coming back from being down by 15 points.